People are always asking me how to get bigger arms. This is what most men really focus on along with their chest. But today I'm going to be talking about growing your arms. There's no magic pill to it. It's through proper training, proper recovery, and proper nutrition. That is a simple thing, but there's a lot of science and specificity to how to do it properly in a correct regimen throughout time. So I'm going to share with you guys how I've done it over the last 12 years as I've been lifting heavy, both through hypertrophy training with bodybuilding, through functional fitness, through sport-specific training. Today I'm going to be talking about hypertrophy training. So I want to talk about the weekly frequency to start. My muscles specifically are able to recover after about 2 days. So that means that I am doing 2 bicep specific and 2 tricep specific and forearm specific workouts every single week. So my current split, if I was to do it all over again, just to build the biggest arms possible, I would do push day, leg day, then pull day. Or leg day, push, then pull. One of the two, it really determines how fast each muscle group recovers for you because every person is different. I've known people that it takes 4 days after a hard workout to recover. Others, it can take 1 full day. So forearms, we can't neglect as well. They're a muscle group that a lot of people do neglect, and they only really get work during pull days because push days, you're not really gripping anything and your hands are not as taxed and as worked compared to a pull day because you're having to hold on to something, carry the weight, and row and pull down with it. So the workouts that I've specifically done for biceps, there's a lot of variations. There's either a strict curl motion or rotating the hand perpendicular to the ground and doing a curling motion. You can do it through an easy bar, dumbbells, barbells, cables. There's a lot of variations there. Just making sure to change it up regularly is a key, but the same movements should never vary. So always making sure to do a strict motion where you're getting the peak, the cap of your bicep, and then doing a hammer to really fill out the density, getting a lot more volume in within the bicep, getting more blood flow and muscle tearing that way. The same logic applies to triceps. Triceps, a lot of people do cable pull downs, a lot of people do skull crushers. There's a lot of variations here. My perfect workout would be for a push day specifically, where I'm doing push and triceps. I would be doing 2 tricep exercises, 3 to 4 sets within those exercises. And the rep range, I would stick to around 6 to 10 reps. Going more than that gets more into volume and, to be frank, more of a cardio vibe. And doing less than that, you're into powerlifting and it's not really going to build the size, density, and muscularity visually that you're probably wanting. So 6 to 10 reps is really the rep range, no matter the workout that I specifically do. So the warm-up sets for the 8 sets in total that I'm hitting for the workout, 6 to 8 sets of each muscle group that I'm hitting, I'm making sure to do at least 1 warm-up set. That's about 50 to 75% of the weight, getting higher reps, so hitting about 15 to 20 reps just to get blood flow in that area, because the worst thing we could do is tear a muscle, partially tear a muscle, because I've done it before years ago, and we do not want that because it's a horrible recovery process. So the next thing I want to jump into is nutrition, because you can't grow arms without proper nutrition. That's making sure to lock in the amount of protein that you need every single day. I'm 220 pounds, so I'm hitting 220 to 280 grams of protein every single day. That's just for me to maintain size and slowly keep building my muscle mass, because I'm staying very lean with a 6-pack all throughout the muscle building process. The fastest way to grow big arms is bulk up as fast as possible. Doesn't matter if it's fat or muscle. Ideally, it is both. And as you build it, then before a competition or before the summer, before you got a beach day or a hot date, you want your arms popping, vascular, and shredded. You cut for 2 or 3 months before the event or season that you want your arms to be shredded. So carb cycling is a huge thing when it comes to vascularity, definition, being dry, and your arms looking shredded. Before a workout, we want to have a simple carb intake. A lot of people do honey, like myself. I'll do black coffee and honey. Some other people do Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Cups, or candy. I'm not a big fan of processed sugar or candy in general because it's very detrimental to a lot of other things. But a simple, fast-acting carb is a great thing to do before the workout. Some people even do it during the workout as well, which you can do. I've done it before. I personally don't enjoy it just because I like locking in for the full workout, and I get my workouts done very fast, 45 to hour and 15 minutes or so, just because I do more functional fitness now. But again, if I was to just be doing hypertrophy training, trying to get as big as possible, by any means necessary. So your muscles need to recover after you do hard workouts. So I mentioned legs, push, pull. That would be the perfect split. What I would do in a week, you got 7 days, leg day, push day, pull day, break, and then do it over again. So you have one day, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday or a Sunday, every single week you are making sure to take a break. We want to make sure that you are not hitting the same bicep or tricep or forearm workouts every single workout. You want to shift it around. If you do dumbbells one day, do cables and barbell the next day, and vice versa. So the final thing that I want to talk about is what not to do. One thing is training once a week. So when you really start out, a lot of people can overexert themselves. You might have a lot of muscle fatigue, so you just do it once a week because you feel too overtaxed. That's fine. But if you do it on a Monday, you better be hitting arms in that muscle group again on at most a Friday. So making sure to hit it 2 times a week is huge, so not doing it just once. Ego lifting is another thing. There's a lot of people on social media that will just try to fling around as heavy of dumbbells as humanly possible and do it for the gram, do it for a coolness or aura factor. That's nonsense. We want to do strict form-based exercises so you're not at risk of injuring yourself, because if you can only do a strict curl with 20 pounds and you try to stand up with 2 50-pound dumbbells and throw them up, you're at a risk of injury, and to me it is pointless and nonsense. Changing your program every single month is also a very bad thing to do. So tracking your progress is essential. Tracking how much you're lifting, what exercises you're doing, just so you know what to hit next and in the coming weeks and days. That is a big thing. We want to make sure not to just be doing the same exact exercise over and over. So again, the instability of a dumbbell versus a barbell versus a cable are all different. With a cable machine, you take gravity into play, and you will actually get a tension throughout the entire motion of the movement. Versus a dumbbell, if you're going fast, there's actually a point where you're doing a curl and that dumbbell is actually motionless and weightless for a split second at the top. So a cable is cool because it keeps the tension the entire time, which is one thing and one reason I preach and love cable machines so much. So guys, again, if I was to be doing this all over again just for building bigger arms, leg day, push day, then pull day, break, do it over again, making sure in each push day you're hitting triceps, 2 exercises, 6 to 8 sets. On a pull day, you're doing biceps, 6 to 8 sets, 2 different exercises. Push yourself as hard as humanly possible every single set. That is what I do. Doesn't always mean to failure, but the last set or 2 sets better be to failure, and it better be heavy weight and not a lot of reps, because we don't want to do volume. We want to do strength building those muscles, get them as big as humanly possible. Thank you guys for listening. Follow, comment, and subscribe. Peace.